This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Citrix Go-To Assist, the #1 global market leader in remote support. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Rettinger's Riffs. Although this one's kind of like riffs and rants, so we'll call it Rettinger's Rant Diffs. I am fresh off the plane from the Apple event. I've been back in the office for like 20 minutes, and I got all kinds of thoughts about what got announced and why things only have one port and what's evolutionary, revolutionary, and what's just another way to sell you stuff. So if you want to know what I think about Apple products, let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's start with that new MacBook. So let me start with what it's all about. It's all about thinness, it's all about lightness, and it's all about portability, which for me sounds exactly like what the MacBook Air is all about, or at least was all about. So why would you buy a MacBook Air right now that Apple just upgraded as well? You look at the MacBook Air, you're just like, ooh, those bezels, they're huge. You've got a non-retina screen. You look at the MacBook that's got an almost bezel-less, gorgeous retina display. You don't have that on the MacBook. Now the only thing the MacBook's got going for it is a not mobile processor, more configurable options, and more than a single port. But Apple's never been afraid to cannibalize their own product line with their own products, but I can't for the life of me figure out what the appeal to a MacBook Air is now, and why would Apple do that to their entire product line? So moral being, if you're thinking about getting a MacBook Air, I'd probably wait a few months until it gets updated to look like the MacBook, or maybe they're gonna go away with it, or maybe the MacBook's gonna go away, I don't know. But speaking of MacBook, let's talk about I/O, shall we? Input, output. And I guess I don't have to put a plural there. There are not inputs or outputs, it's just a single USB Type-C port. So it's all about portability, it's all about travel, it's all about a wireless world. Like, I get that. And I get that it's for the future and more things are going to use USB-C. I understand all of that. But in a world right now where you're going to buy the new MacBook, it's going to be available, April 10th or so in the US. How many USB Type-C things do you have? Is your thumb drive USB Type-C? Are external hard drives USB Type-C? I'm just going to wager that if you're like me, they are probably not. So you're going to need a lot of adapters to go with that single port. So you're gonna have to buy, if you just want a USB port, like a normal USB port, $20. If you're gonna wanna plug in a monitor, that's an $80 adapter, but you're also getting a USB port on there, and then another USB Type-C port, so that's cool. My fear and worry is if I'm traveling to an event, what if I forget an adapter? What if I lose an adapter? What if I heaven forbid, wanna plug in an SD card to get pictures off of an event? I'm not sure what you do in that situation. You gotta make sure that you are carrying accessories after accessories to go with your computer. And this argument might sound very familiar. If you remember, the very first MacBook Air had a little door that popped down, single USB port. It was annoying, but at least that had a separate charging port to go with it. You didn't charge through that as well. So if you're out of juice and you also wanna plug in a thumb drive and you don't have an adapter, you, sir or madam, are screwed. It's a very tough pill to swallow, and taking all that outside, it's got a mobile processor in it. I'm sure it'll be fine for like emails and it'll be fine for watching videos. Not sure how it's gonna do with 4K videos, despite it having a retina display, I don't know yet. You can pretty much take gaming out of the equation. You can certainly take any significance from video editing out, and anything maybe that's not iMovie is out of the equation. Photoshop, probably out of the equation too. At least you have to worry and think twice about what you're gonna use that computer for, whereas you don't maybe with something like current generation MacBook Air and certainly the MacBook Pro. What it does have going for it is, oh, it's so pretty looking. It is so nice and impossibly thin, if I can sound a little cliche. The trackpad is awesome. You can push it harder, softer, it vibrates, it's great. Apple made a big deal about the keyboard with their new butterfly mechanism, but the reason that they had to make a new mechanism because the thing's too thin to have a normal keyboard clickiness. So you don't have that same throw that you have with a normal keyboard. It felt fine. You push A is gonna show up, but you don't get that kind of satisfying clicky type feel that you're gonna get. I have no idea what to think about this new MacBook. I'm excited to get it in and try it. The colors certainly look nice, but it is a very expensive experiment for Apple, and I'm not sure what it's going to do to the MacBook Air. Stop real fast. Thank our friends at Citrix. With Go-To Remote Support, you can provide live or unattended support to any computer or mobile device. Sign up today for a 30-day free trial, no contract, no credit card needed. Visit GoToAssist.com and click the Try It Free button now. And since everybody loves free stuff, if you purchase Go-To Assist annual plan before March 31st, you, sir or madam, will get a free Galaxy Tab 4 as well. But that wasn't the only thing that Apple talked about. They talked about the Apple Watch, obviously, and I had a chance to play with all 3 versions of the Apple Watch. First, like you, I was kind of floored by the price, and I got a few concerns. First, what's the upgrade cycle going to be? Is it going to be every year? I looked online, the Apple Watch that I would get, the price wasn't an option, is almost $1,200 for just a regular Apple Watch with a pretty cool looking steel band. That is a lot of money for a watch that's going to be obsolete, presumably, in 12 to 16 months. The Sport looks great. It's less expensive. You get the same functionality. You actually get 2 bands in the box. That might be the better way to go for a value proposition, if you can even say value. What I don't understand about the watch, at least as it is right now, there's nothing revolutionary about it. It doesn't do anything really that Android Wear doesn't do, save for being able to maybe send little drawings to your friends or send your heartbeat to your friend or someone else that has an Apple Watch. I'm not sure what the reason to get it is yet. There isn't that killer app that's going to push mass adoption. Now what it does very well. The UI is super smooth. It looks really nice. The screen is gorgeous. They say you're going to get 18 hours of battery life, which is nice. It's got a magnetic charger. It's got a lot of stuff going for it, but there isn't that killer feature. And I think phones for a lot of people are almost sort of a necessity nowadays. And I say light necessity. Obviously, food, shelter, and that kind of stuff are real necessities. But a watch doesn't fall in that category. So I'm wondering what Apple's going to do and how they're going to address that to get people to try and migrate over. Maybe the profit margins are so huge, maybe they only need 1 out of every 400 iPhone users to buy an Apple Watch. I don't know. Or maybe the upgrade cycle is going to be 2 years. Maybe they're not making much this year, but as component costs come down next year, it'll be a huge profit for them. I don't know what that's going to be. Most of Apple's new products have been a way to sell you more apps. Presumably, you'll be able to buy more apps, put on your watch, and that's the way they're going to make money. It's sort of a Trojan horse model. But I'm not sure what the use case is for the watch yet. It looks really pretty. I'm excited to test it. If I was looking to get one, would I? I don't know. For $1,200, not only could I buy a brand new unlocked Nexus 6, I could buy like 8 Android Wear devices and find one that works well for me. So it's going to be a value to you and what's sort of worth it or not. If there was an idea that Apple products are premium and expensive, the Apple Watch is only going to push that notion way further than perhaps before. I'm really curious though if it's going to sell or how it's going to sell, if it's going to have lines inside the Apple Store or after that initial launch, if people are going to jump on board with it. I just don't know the answer, but like you, I'm probably pretty curious to see what it's going to be. What do you guys think? Do you want the new MacBook? Do you think it's silly with 1 port? Is it awesome to you? Is the Apple Watch like your next thing that's going to be on your wrist? I'd really be curious to hear your thoughts on it because I'm not sure what I think about them yet. And I've had a chance to see them both in person. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. We always appreciate it. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. If you want to get more Techno Buffalo videos, hit the big subscribe button right here. We'd love to have you. Until next time, see you next video. Bye-bye.